Good afternoon, everybody. As usual, at the beginning, everybody set up a right motivation for becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Therefore, we need to practice the path to Buddhahood. In order to practice the path to Buddhahood, we need to study. Therefore, everybody think, now onward I will study Lamrim for practicing the path to Buddhahood. And today, so we go through the foundation of all good qualities as a Lamrim. Okay, page number 6. Please everybody open the daily meditation practice book, page number 6. So we recite one stanza, then we reflect the meaning and do short meditation, each of the meaning of the stanza. The first stanza mainly need to generate pure devotion towards your guru. If you don't have particular guru, the Lama Tsong-kha-pa, Buddha Shakyamuni, they are, you can take as your guru. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to relying upon him with great respect. Please cultivate very strong and pure devotion towards your guru, towards Lama Tsong-kha-pa, towards Buddha Shakyamuni. Second stanza, understanding the precious freedom of the rebirth in found only once is greatly meaningful and difficult to find again. Please bless me, generate the mind, then unceasingly day and night take its essence. So here, remember the precious life, which is so difficult to have, very easy to lose. This life is so important because if we use this life in the proper way, we can be free from suffering, we can achieve liberation, we can be fully liberated from sufferings, we can achieve Buddhahood. If we miss this opportunity to have a, excellent human life, then we will miss the chance forever. Therefore, every day we must think I'm very lucky to have the excellent human life with all necessary conditions, and reflect on impermanence of the life and think, so I will achieve something in my life. At least I will try to achieve bodhicitta. I try to be bodhicitta. That means take the essence, take its essence. So how and why the life is impermanence? Next stanza number 3. This love is impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the result of virtues and non-virtues karma follow. So here everybody meditate on impermanence and death. When the death comes, we cannot bring anything with us except the karmas. Virtues and non-virtues follow with us like shadow. Among the true karmas, virtues and non-virtues, the non-virtues karma always bring the negative result, the unhealthy life, the unpleasant life. Therefore, we must think, I will not going to engage with any, the negative actions. I will reduce, I will eliminate all the negative karmas. 4. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Next, stanza number 5, it mainly explained the samsaric happiness. Samsaric splendors are the unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is the door of all sufferings. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate the strong wish for the bliss of liberations. So the more we enjoy the samsaric happiness, the more we feel unsatisfaction. Also, whatever we have around us, we really cannot, reliable. We cannot really trust things around us. The happiness we have in the morning, then after a few hours is finished over. Someone, our best friend yesterday, today they became our enemy. Someone, our enemy yesterday, they became our best friend today. There are nothing in samsaric things we really can trust, we really can rely on. Therefore, the thing I need to overcome from the samsara, please cultivate renunciation. The falsity of samsara and the good quality of liberation. Stanza number 6. Lead by these pure thoughts, mean the renunciation. The thoughts completely wants to free from suffering. The thoughts wish to achieve liberation. The pure thoughts, mindfulness, alertness, and great consciousness arise. So we have a renunciation. The renunciation becomes like a foundation for mindfulness, alertness, and great consciousness arise. The root of the teaching is keeping Pratimokkha vows. Please me to accomplish the essential practice. So, the mindfulness, alertness, the great conscious, everything very much depend on renunciation. Particularly, those are depend on the morality, the samaya or the vows. The next, stanza number 7, cultivation, great compassion, and bodhicitta. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother migrator beings. Please bless me to see the 10 in supreme bodhicitta and bear the responsibility of freeing migrator beings. So in order to cultivate bodhicitta or great compassion, first we need to experience our own sufferings. So when we have a suffering, then we always think, I don't want any sufferings. Then if we always think, I want to eliminate the sufferings. When you are very sure, when you feel suffering, you wish to eliminate the suffering. Then when you see somebody, someone has a suffering, at the same time that you wish the being free from sufferings. In order to free all sentient beings from suffering, we need to practice bodhicitta. The next, stanza number 8. Even if I develop bodhicitta, but do not practice the 3 types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clearly recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. First, please everybody cultivate bodhicitta. in order to produce the result of bodhicitta, which is Buddhahood, is also depend on practice of three kinds of morality. The vows are Bodhisattva vows, Tantra vows, and Pratimokkha vows. Without practicing, without mentioned these three types of vows, then we cannot be Buddha even though we have bodhicitta. Next, number 7. One, I have pacified destruction to a wrong object. Object refer to all phenomena are object. Until now, we have a wrong idea about object. So we need to pacify the destruction to the wrong object, which is the ignorance. Second, and correctly analyze the meaning of reality. So when we analyze any of the phenomena, there's always duality. Things perceived different way exist other ways. The appearance and the exist reality is always different for us. Therefore, through analysis, so we need to know the meaning of emptiness. Please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path, karma body, and special insight. So here we can say very clearly, first we need a guru who can teach us the path. So between the guru and the disciple, the relationship is so important. Therefore, the guru must have all the good qualities and has a very pure kind or pure compassion towards the disciple. The disciple side, they must have very pure, strong devotion to the guru. Once you have the important relationship as a guru and teacher, then first you need to reflect impermanence and death. When you remember impermanence, then you're going to remember the life is impermanence. Then slowly we're going to recognize, somehow the death comes. When the deaths come, we cannot bring anything with us except the karma. If we have a lot of negative karma, then surely we will have a lot of sufferings in next life. Therefore, we need to purify the negative karmas. If we have, a lot of positive karmas, then next life we will have a happy life. We will have all kinds of excellent. Therefore, every day we need to do, the positive actions. Then, if we have only, the positive and negative karmas, then we are always in samsara. Then, how is the samsara look like? The samsaric happiness is not, ultimately satisfied happiness. First, we think it's very happy. Slowly, then we know actually it is sufferings. The things around us, We think it's a very reliable, but everything, change. Friend become enemy. Enemy become friend. Therefore, in samsara, there's nothing we can really rely. We can rely on things. Therefore, that we need to generate renunciation. Once we have our renunciation, the pure thoughts, then the mindfulness, alertness, everything will come. Because when we have the pure thoughts, then we will practice the morality, the Patimokkha vows. Then if we only practice renunciation, only do the positive karmas, then still we are in samsara. We cannot go beyond the samsara. We're not going to achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, we need to practice bodhicitta based on compassion. If we only practice renunciation, compassion, bodhicitta without emptiness, without, three types of morality, then again we cannot achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, after we cultivate bodhicitta, then we need to practice emptiness with the three types of morality. So how we can meditate on emptiness? We have to pacify the destruction to the wrong object, which is ignorance. How we can pacify the destruction on the wrong object? Correctly analyze the meaning of reality, which is emptiness. Then we're going to realize emptiness. Then we need to meditate on emptiness. Then we're going to achieve karma abiding, and spiritual insight. When we have renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness, then we become the good vessel by turning in the general path. Having become pure vessel of turning the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortune one, the supreme Vajravekal. Because the renunciation, bodhicitta, practicing emptiness, we can go, certain the state. So without Vajrayana practice, we cannot go beyond that state. Therefore, we need to practice the Tantrayana path. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the true attainment is the keeping pure vows and samaya. As I have become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledge like my life. So after have the bodhicitta renunciation, then we need to receive initiation. Then we need to maintain the samaya and vow as life. So we always consider love is so important, I must protect, I must careful. Same the vows, the samaya, look like you have to take it as a life. Step number 12. Then having realized the impermanence of the importance of the two stages, that's essence of the Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never give up the fourth session. Please bless me to realize the teaching of the Holy Guru. So after you receive the initiation, then you need to practice the path. Mainly, there are the two stages, the generation and completion stage. The next 13 and 14 are kind of more dedication. Like that, my Guru who showed the noble path, and the spiritual friend who practice it have a long lives. Please bless me to pacify the completely and all outer and inner hindrance. In all my lives, never separated from the perfect Guru, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the quality of the stage and path. May I quickly attain the state of the Vajradhara. Therefore, so this text is, is actually exactly Lamrim. So sometime we will recite this text in order to reflect the, the order of the paths. Also today, I will explain a little bit about the soul practice, soul offering practice. One of our friends, they asked question. Also, it's very important. It's a very simple practice. It also is very important. Can get benefit for many sentient beings very easily. So there's a different tradition as a different prayer text how to do soul, but the basic is same thing. So the timing soul offering is the best is the evening, 7:30 to 8:30. Still is okay. You can do in the morning, afternoon, anytime is okay. The best time is evening, 7:30 to 8:30 in Singapore time. So before you offer the soul, you must have a kind of substance like some kind of like a sandal powder, little bit flour, and mixed with the 3 sweetness: sugar, brown sugar, honey. We call 3 sweetness. Then 3 whiteness, 3 white: milk, yogurt, butter. Then we need 6 substance. The substance you can get from monastery, you can get from the Tibetan, Menzikang. In Tibetan we call Zangduk. Then you mix all together and put in, very clean container. And next to the soul, then you need, water. You put any container, is cup, glass. You don't need, the traditional vase. You need some water around there. After you put the soul, the powder on the fire, then you spilling, the water on the fire. Then if you can, then you set up 1 set of offerings. First 2 waters, then flour, then incense, then light, then perfume water, then fruits, then maybe symbolic of, music instrument. So when you set up the 1 set of offering, please make sure you must start from your right side towards your left side. The reason, when we invite all sentient beings, include the hungry ghosts, spirit, local deity, they will come, they face towards the Buddha. Therefore, from Buddha's side is a left, from your side. Because we set up this for the all sentient being. Therefore, you must set from your right side towards left. Then you can, take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then great compassion with the bodhicitta. Then first sentence you can see, from the heart of oneself, clarify as a Chenre Zik. Then First, you arise as a Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion. Then from your heart, rest light radiate into 10 directions. Then invite, all the guests. Include the karmically indebted. Then simply you can imagine, all sentient beings, include the hungry ghosts, the beings who are now in between, in the intermediate state. Also the people who recently passed away. Also the local god, the local deity, or spirit, ghosts, whoever are on earth. Invite everybody and sit on the beautiful seats. That means all space is full of beings. And then after that, so important, so you need to visualize Avalokiteshvara. First, you yourself arise as Avalokiteshvara. Then, after you invited all the beings, then you need to visualize Avalokiteshvara in front of you. After you fully visualize Avalokiteshvara with the four arms, then you do prostration. Just bow down like 3 times. Then offering one set of offerings. Then you recite the Mani Padme for a while, maybe 100 times, 200 times, 300 times, up to you. You need to recite the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. While you reciting mantra, please don't forget, very important, while you reciting mantra, you just imagine from the Avalokiteshvara heart, the light emanate from Avalokiteshvara heart and radiate into 10 directions. Many billions of lights emanate from Avalokiteshvara, radiate towards all sentient beings. There's a billion sentient beings, billion lights. Millions of light rise. Each of sentient beings has a light on their head. Also, each of the sentient being on the head, you need to visualize Avalokiteshvara. That means if there's 100 people, 100 light rays from Avalokiteshvara, the 100 Avalokiteshvara manifest individually, all sentient beings. So when you recite mantra, you just imagine all sentient beings also reciting mantra with you. That means if you recite 20 minutes, it look like, for the 20 minutes, all samsaric, all beings become very quiet. All samsara become quiet. 3 realms become very quiet. All sentient beings, visualizing Avalokiteshvara, reciting mantra with you. Clear? So while recite mantra with you, then when you think I must, stop the reciting mantra, then say Om Mani Padme Hum. Then all the Avalokiteshvara manifest, on each of the sentient being, everything dissolve into Avalokiteshvara. Then Avalokiteshvara also dissolve into you. Then you say Om Banjar Amirta Kundale Hana Hana Hum Pe. This time, you need to sprinkle the water on the offering. Om Banjar Amirta Kundale Hana Hana Hum Pe. Oma Somba Vashudu Sawadama Somba Vashudu Hum. So you must have a short time to do meditation on emptiness. If you don't have any idea about emptiness, simply you can think simple, you can think everything become empty. There's nothing around you. All the objects become empty. Within the empty, look at empty, become empty within the state of emptiness from syllable broom. Just empty space suddenly appear a letter as syllable broom. B-R-U-M, right? Broom. B-H-R-U, a broom. Then the letter brooms, transform or become a jewel vessel. Now, second, you visualize the big kind of, vessel, big kind of containers, vast and spacious. Inside of the container, inside of the vessel, that 3 syllable Om Hum. That means big, like container. The container arises from broom. Center of the container, you need to visualize Om Hum. Om Hum. Then Om Hum 3 together dissolve into light. Suddenly 3 letters became lights. Lights. Right? Lights. And transform into an excellent aroma, having 5 desirable qualities. Thus, the 3 syllable Om Hum became light, then manifests into the excellent aroma, beautiful aroma. It has 5 qualities: sound, smell, taste, texture, everything there. Then filling the whole space and ground. From the container, the aroma goes, multiply the fill of space and ground. Clear? Then next, Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum 3 times. When you say Om Ahum first time, it's purifying all the impurity with the aroma. Second, Om Ahum, multiply into filling in the space and ground. The last Om Ahum is a bless. Bless is become very look like nectar. Om Ahum 3 times. Then next mantra, Name Sawa Tathagata, Nama Sarva Tathagata, Avalokite, Om Sambara Hum 3 times. Name Sawa Tathagata, Avalokite, Sambara Hum, like 7 times. The first 7 times you offer the aroma to Avalokiteshvara and all the Buddhas. 7 times. Second, another mantra, Om Gende Kama Guna Punja, Idam Kai, also 7 times, like 7 times. 7 times. This mantra is the mantra offering the aroma to the, the smell eater, king of the smell eater, 7 times. Then Om Argam, Paidam, Pushpet, Dube, Aloge, Gande, Niveding, Shabda, Pardizam Soha. So this sentence is offering the, the 7 offerings to Avalokiteshvara and for the king of the smell eater. Then there's 4 lines prostrating to the 4 Buddhas. Right? Then you must do I approach to, do this prostration mudra, recite the 4 lines. After that, there's a sentence. I offer and dedicate this stainless sur offering of the supreme aroma, anode with the 5 desired quality to all the gurus. Mind-sealed deities, 3 jewels, Dakinis, Dharma protector. After you read this sentence, you just, pause and visualize all the gurus, idam, then Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Dakanic, Dharma protector, and you just imagine you are offering the aroma to all the gurus, idam, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Dakani, Dharma protectors. You should not be hurry. That maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. The next, to the king of the smell eater, the joyous one, and so forth, to the host of the small eater without exception, to all the mother sentient beings of the 6 realms, to the assembly of the local deities and the landlocked spirit. Also, we must read very slowly, visualize all sentient beings, the local deities, the landlocked spirit, to those whom we are karmically indebted. So please read the sentence very slowly. Most important, you must visualize all of them. Karmically indebted. And those who seek with a grudge to revenge. So we don't know, there are so many sentient beings around us who are asking from us to return my karmic debt, return my karmic, debts. We don't understand, but they are always asking. And this is the best way to return the karmic, in debt to the beings. Karmically indebted, and those who seek with a grudge to the revenge, and especially to those who have been killed, committed suicide, and have died between yesterday and today. That time, also you must remember, if you know some of your relatives, some of your friends, who commit suicide, who kill, themselves, remember those, also offer the sur. And to these intermediate state beings who have abandoned the previous life form, not yet having the form, the next life. Here, please visualize, the intermediate beings and offer the sur. The rest of the sentence is mainly, I think, praying for achieve your own kind of things. Then due to this offering and the dedication of sur, after having satisfied the guests, so we have so many different kinds of guests, with the rain of the wishful offering, may all my obstacles be pacified. Therefore, some of you may feel, since last year I have a lot of obstacles. Also, through the sur offering, you can purify these kind of obstacles. May I have long life without sickness. If you are sick, also you do the sur offering and you do these prayers. And may well increase. May I bring under my control sentient beings of 3 realms. Please accomplish as I wish all my desired goals. Then there's a dedication, next one. May all the sentient beings in the intermediate state also be liberated from the fear and suffering. May the immediate remember the instruction of the Guru and take rebirth in Sukhavati. That time you just imagine all the beings who are intermediate state, they receive teaching from Avalokiteshvara. They fully understood the meaning of great compassion, bodhicitta, emptiness. Due to the knowing, realizing the path, then they born into the Sukhavati, pure land. After without forgetting Sukhavati, by having repeat all karmic depths, may all beings be endowed with the happiness, and may all local deities and landlord spirit always render their assistance without forgetting. So you offer the sur to the local deities, the local god, also the karmic depths. So since you offer the sur, everybody, instead of harming, they always have you. They become your assistant. Then at the time of my death, may I be free from pain and suffering. And upon taking rebirth in the pure land, may I work for the benefits and happiness for all transmigratory beings. As soon as the appearance of the Pardo arise, may I be shown the mistaken path by the 8 Bodhisattvas. So this should also, help you to realize, the Pardo arising. Then certainly you remember your practices. Then there's a way 8 Bodhisattva will come around you, and they will take you into the Sukhavati. So this is how you do the sur offering. So I do here like from 7:30 to maybe 8:15. So if any of you are interested to do the sur practice, you just recite this mantra, and you just imagine, the sur they can get from TBC. The aroma, they can really, actually this aroma they can get from TBC, because you don't have the sur in your house. If you do in your house, this perfectly, you follow the instructions. Okay, this is, I thought I should explain today. So what time is it now?
Three 50.
Oh. Okay, now, so please everybody, don't open your books. I will ask you a question. Will you remember or not? At the beginning, there's 3 parts. The division of the generosity has 3 parts. How everyone should practice it. How everyone should practice the generosity. The division of generosity relative to the particular person. Division of actual generosity. Related to the number 1, how everyone should practice it. It has 6 supremacies. The 6 supremacies, we need to apply any kinds of practice if you follow Mahayana. When you practice compassion, the compassion you must practice with the 6 supremacies. Bodhicitta, renunciation, generosity, whatever. Even when you lit a light, when you burn a incense, you must offer the incense with the 6 supremacies. So what are the 6 supremacies? Please answer in your mind. Supreme basis. What does mean? Please answer. That means whatever you practice, the bodhicitta must be there as a foundation, right? Supreme basis, bodhicitta must be there. The supreme things, supreme thing, That means when you are the example I told in the last study, when you gift a pen to someone, you are giving a pen. But in your mind, you must think, I am giving away everything to benefit all sentient beings. That's, supreme things. The supreme end. What does mean? I mean, I'm going to give this pen to benefit all sentient beings temporarily and ultimately. And there's a two, temporal benefits and ultimate benefits. And then supreme skill it means supreme skill. All your practice include recitation. So when you recite a mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, before you recite mantra, you reflect on emptiness. Having the mind realize emptiness, then you recite mantra. When you do prostration, the prostration practice compound, imbued with the mind which is realized emptiness. Imbued with the non-conceptual sublime wisdom. Then supreme dedication. So whatever you dedicate for achieving Buddhahood, enlightenment. Then supreme purity. Supreme purity. Any practice we engage, any practice, doesn't matter, any kinds of practice. The practice always try to be antidotes to reduce afflictive emotion and cognitive emotions. Like doing prostration, right? When you do prostration, remember the six supremacy. Basis, having bodhicitta. I'm doing this prostration to benefit all sentient beings, right? All sentient beings. And also, when you say all sentient beings, I remember the emptiness of I, emptiness of all sentient beings. Therefore, all practice, you must combine with the six supremacies. Very important. Any kinds of Mahayana practice, please, try to have the six supremacies. And also how we combine the six perfection within one practice. Practicing generosity. There's three types of generosity. Giving, teaching, giving like a life, giving material things. For example, when you are giving teaching, actually teaching is the practice one of the generosity. When you practice generosity, thus 5 perfections must be there. Must be there. That's because when you practice any of the 6 perfection, 5 must be there. Then the next question for you guys, what are the 10 kinds of recipient? 10 kinds of recipients. So when we practice generosity, we need to give something to someone. It actually is mentioned 10 kinds of recipient. What are they? Friends, enemy, ordinary, those with the good qualities, those with the false kind of quality, those inferior to you, those equal to you, those superior to you, those rich and happy, the miserable and destitute. So it's mentioned 10 kinds of recipient. So when you practice generosity, therefore, you should not think, oh, this person is much happy than me, I'm not going to give anything. No, the person is superior than you. Also, you can be generous to the person. Oh, this person is my enemy, I'm not going to share anything with the person. No, even though he or she is your enemy, you must give things to your enemy. Oh, this, like a person has a pure, good, moral conduct. I'm happy to give things to this. Oh, this person doesn't have a good moral conduct. I'm not going to give anything. No, you must give things to everybody. Don't discriminate based on superior, inferior, happy, non-happy. Right? Then next is talking about what kind of motivation is required. Is talk about 3 kinds of motivation. Without looking at your Lamrim, can you please tell me in your mind, your motivation should have 3 attributes. 3 attributes. Focus on purpose. Focus on your purpose. Focus on think. Focus on recipient. What does mean focus on purpose? It's also, include rest of the 5 perfections. For example, when you do prostration, I'm doing this prostration for achieving Buddhahood, the purpose, your final goal. Then focus on think. Think, for example, when you're giving up, something to someone, you should think, actually, this thing belongs to them, belongs to him or her, or the standing I kept is no more actually belongs to me. Because when you dedicate everything, to benefit all sentient beings. That means things belongs to other, not belongs to you. So when you give something to someone, you should not think, I'm giving my thing. I'm returning the thing back to the person who is the actual owner. I'm not the owner. Therefore, focus on thing. Then focus on recipient. What does mean? Whether the person need or not is not important. I will offer. I will give it to something, to someone, because this is the best opportunity for me to practice generosity. Then I can be Buddha. Therefore, all the recipients who receive your gift, you consider them as your teacher. What? Because teacher teach us practicing generosity, practice great compassion. Therefore, the recipient also like our teacher, like our guru. Therefore, focus on purpose, focus on thing, focus on recipient. Right? So if you think I already dedicate every my belongings to other, then you don't have any attachment. Then here you must remember, when you use the thing, like because you dedicate your house to others, you dedicate your bed, food, clothes, everything dedicated to others. So still you need to stay in your house. Still you need to eat the food. You must think, I'm using the house for becoming Buddha to benefit others. I'm using this bed Actually, this bed is not no more belongs to me. I fully dedicate, but I need to use for becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Because whatever I do for others. Right? Then next sentence, so it's a new, page number 124. The last paragraph, what kind of motivation must be eliminated? So we learn what kind of motivation we must have. Now, what kind of motivation we must eliminate it? Because, as a Singaporean, naturally Singaporean like to do, practicing generosity. You're always generous. Make sure when you offer something to someone, you must have a proper motivation. Make sure you don't have, the wrong motivation. Therefore, it's so important to learn the second one. What kind of motivation must be eliminated? Number one, a motivation that believes in the supremacy of the bad view. Lacking this means that you do not give while thinking, there's no result from the generosity. Right? So for example, someone is sick, you have a food, you are giving this food to the sick person because just, be happy him. You thinking, oh, there's no actually result I can have, giving this food. That means you have a wrong view. Therefore, we should not have this kind of wrong motivation, wrong mind. There's no result from generosity. You must think there always have a good result of generosity, from the generosity. Second, harmful blood offering are religious. In India, in Nepal, they are still doing, we can, red, puja, we call red puja. That means, sacrificing many animals. Offering these animals to the, the local deity and local god is a very wrong kind of practice. Harmful blood offering are religious. We should not have this thought. I'm giving as I apply myself to what is good and what is benefits. Or through just the completion of generosity alone, I will be free from maintenance and supreme maintenance attachment. We should not have this kind of multitude. Number two, motivation. So number one, we should not have a wrong views. Number two, motivation that is arrogant. When we practice generosity, when you be generous, we should not be arrogant. Lacking this means that you do not, despise the person who seek for something. You do not compete with other, and after you give something, you do not constantly think, I am a generous, no one else can do like that. Should not be arrogance. You must give something to someone with a full respect. So he mentioned like a 7 kinds of motivation. Should not give things with arrogance. Should not things give with wrong views. Number 3, motivation for support. Lacking this means that you do not give with the hope of getting praise or fame. So we should not have this kind of motivation. Therefore, many people say, oh, I will keep this more, I become more famous. Then people think I'm good. They always attach with the name and fame. We should not have this kind of motivation. Number 3. Number 4, motivation of discouragement. Lacking this means that when you give after becoming joyful, even before that act of giving, you are filled with the faith and then have no regret after giving. And even when you heard about the Bodhisattva vast act of generosity, you are not discouraged, but intensify your enthusiasm without belittling yourself. The simple meaning here, when you give something to someone, before you give, you must have a sense of joy. While you are giving, you must have a sense of joyness. Should not have an attachment. Should not have a desire. Not only that, make sure after you give away, you should not have a regret. If you have a regret after things give away, then you will have two kinds of loss. One, you already give things to someone. Second, you won't have the benefits. You lost the benefits. Then sometimes there's a danger to have a discourage. For example, here, when you hear about the Bodhisattvas vast act of generosity, so Bodhisattva, give us so many things. Also, they give their body, their life, everything. When you compare your practicing generosity with the Bodhisattva, then you think, oh, I cannot do much. Whatever I have done is very little. Then you feel a bit regret. Therefore, you should not have a discourage or regret. Number 5, motivation in which you turn your back on someone. Therefore, you should not think, I give this to the person. In the future, the person will give me. Right? We should not have a thought to getting return. Number 6, the motivation of expecting something in return. Number 7, motivation of expecting fruition. Lacking this means that you do not hope for the fruition of the excellent body and resources in future life, but give because you see the all complete compositing things are without substance. Mean when you give something to someone, we should not think, oh, this resolve, I'm giving this to this person because I want, excellent life in the future. I want excellent house and food. We should not have this kind of thought, because you see that all composite things mean all the conditioned phenomena, all the composing phenomena are impermanent, without substance, but can contribute to unexcelled enlightenment. So even though you're giving very little things to someone, you must think, I'm giving this to this person to cause enlightenment. This do not stop you from expecting the result in the short term, but stop you from taking the mere body and resource of the sacred existence to be your goals. So then many people think, oh, if I don't think, offering this to someone, I can have an excellent body. You no need to worry, but the excellent body will come. The excellent resource will come. If you merely thinking for only excellent resources, excellent life and body, there's been the result depend only the samsaric things. If you think I'm going to give away this to this person, these beings, for becoming Buddha, then the excellent body, excellent resources, excellent love will come. Because if you have only short-term, like a short-term benefits, then you won't get the long-term benefits. When you focus on the long-term benefits, then short-term benefit will come, right? This means what kind of motivation we must have, what kind of motivation we must eliminate. So practicing generosity is a great, medium, or very small. It not depend on the thing. It depends on the motivation, right? Therefore, at the beginning, please remember the 6 super messages. Number 1. Number 2, please, everybody learn how, compound 6 perfection in one practice. While you are practicing generosity, you must compound the rest of the 6 perfection. When you practice ethical discipline, also you must, include the 5 perfections. Then remember what kind of motivation we must have. That means focusing on the purpose, focusing on the thing, focusing on the, the third one? Focus on the purpose, focus on thing, then focus on, in English, I can't remember. Focus on
recipient, Geshe La.
Recipient. Focus on recipient. So when you practice patience, let's say patience. So you are practicing patience towards someone. That's the recipient, whom you practice patience. The person you look as your teacher. That means focusing on recipient, focusing on thing, focusing on purpose. The purpose is very important because someone is sick, then we do prayers. The person free from sickness, right? So that moment we are only focusing the person free from sickness. No, you must think the, focusing on the purpose. I lit the light. I offer this light to the Buddha, or becoming Buddha, to benefit all sentient beings, particularly benefit the people who are sick right now. Or someone has a financial problems, business problem. Also, definitely, okay, you can do prayer and chanting, recitation. You must think, I'm doing this, practice, recitation, chanting, or becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings, to benefit my business, benefit my family. So first we become a Buddha, all sentient being, our own benefit, we always keep in loss. Until now, we always think, first I want to do this to benefit me, benefit my family, benefit my business. Then we have always, temporal benefits. And the result always depend in the samsara, right? Therefore, motivation is very, very important. All, Buddha teaching mainly about how to change our mind, how to have the greater motivation. So the Buddha teaching is a kind of mental technique, how to transform your mind, how to change your mind, how to control your mind, how to increase positive mind, how to decrease the negative minds. Clear? So next, what I thought about the Lamrim class, I give you big kind of homework. So rest of the 3 perfection, ethical discipline, patience, joy, perseverance. These 3 about the 3 perfection, I gave you as a homework. There's not any difficulties. I don't think there's a lot of difficulties to understand the meaning. I give you as a homework. You can finish, 1 or 2 pages for 1 week. Every week you can finish, few pages. If you don't understand, If you are confused, please keep a note. Then Sunday, when we have a discussion class, we can discuss. Also, at the end of every Lamrim class, I can try to answer your question. Clear? For the 3 perfections, you do as a homework. If you don't understand, if you're confused, please keep a note. Then you can ask the question. Because for me, the next 3 chapters are very, very important. The perfection of the meditative civilization and wisdom. So we will spend more time with the meditation, perfection of the meditative stabilization and wisdom. Particularly, we will spend more time with the wisdom. Therefore, the 3 chapters, please you finish as your homework. If you don't understand, please keep a note. Then you can ask question, every, like Saturday Lamrim class, end of the class. So when we have the meditation class, like a perfection meditative class, so I will explain maybe 1 pages or 2 pages. Then everybody try to have an experience. Also try to recognize the obstacles and also try to overcome the obstacles. Then, like a class go with the practice. Clear? Right? So we will, we will spend a lot of time with the wisdom chapter. So last time we finished half of the wisdom chapter. So who attend the Lamrim class in the past about the wisdom chapter, for them bit easier, but still I think a lot of difficulties to understand the meaning of emptiness. Why I want to emphasize about emptiness? For example, we do Thara Puja. At the beginning of also emptiness. When we practice sur offering, again emptiness. When we do the Guru Puja, at the beginning of the Guru Puja, also is mentioned the great blissness, again emptiness. Without having the proper understanding of emptiness, all our puja, so offering, Thara Puja, sur offering cannot be that complete. Therefore, we will spend more time with the wisdom. Okay, so please have a question. If you have a question about what we learned in the past, please feel free to ask question.
Yeah.
Geshe, the first
Yes.
questions come from the Chinese students.
Yes, please.
In the first day of the true offering, when Geshe explained, visualize all the karmic debtors and the hungry ghosts and everybody come. So the student himself actually visualize all those beings come to his house beside him. And then when Geshe explained that if you do not prepare anything, then there's nothing to give. So he became very worried about this. So he would like to know how to, did he make the hungry ghosts angry because he invite them come and nothing offer? Number 1. Number 2 is, if this is happened, how to remedy, how to salvage this situation?
Thank you so much for asking this question. Okay. Yes, you think, you're not going to offer anything. No, because there's a true visualization. 1, you need to visualize yourself as a Avalokiteshvara. 2nd, you invoke actual Avalokiteshvara Then you have done prostration. You have done all the offerings. Then you recite mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. While you reciting mantra, you visualize, lights emanate from Avalokiteshvara, radiate into 10 direction to all sentient beings, all the hungry gods. Each of the hungry gods, each of the human beings, each of the karmic debtor beings, each of the head, there's Avalokiteshvara. So while you reciting mantra, they also reciting mantra with you. And they also receive a lot of blessing and teaching from Avalokiteshvara. Therefore, first, you no need to worry, I'm not going to offer anything. Reason number 2, when you reciting mantra to benefit all sentient beings, you are reciting mantra with a great compassion. You have a great compassion for all the beings, all the hungry gods and gods spirit. You have a great compassion. Therefore, the spirit, the hungry gods, they are very much appreciate you have a compassionate mind towards them. Still you think, oh, you are very worried, then why not? You just, burn some kind of incense powder, like whatever you have, you just burn an incense and you offer the incense aroma to those beings. Why I said, sometimes there's a kind of dangerous. So when you visualize, you invite all sentient beings, right? Then you offer all the actual food things. Then some kind of spirit and karmic debtor, they stay in your home. They expect always they can get food from you, right? If you're able to offer food every day, then it's okay. You can ask them come and enjoy the food. Then at the end, make sure you must think, I'm very lucky to able to do all the offering to you guys. Now I complete my this day practice. Please everybody leave to your own place. You must leave. You don't stay in my home. You must think from your heart. If you're alone, you can say, now I'm very lucky to able to offer you all the food and clothes and medicine, whatever you need. Now I've completed my today practice. Please, you leave. Yeah, so this is kind of, first, you don't need to worry because you're not going to offer anything. You actually offer, a lot of things to them. Second, the remedy, you can just burn, simple incense. Sometimes we think, we're just doing this practice. Actually, nothing this happened there. It's not true. One of the His Holiness teacher, Trijang Rinpoche, his elder teacher, Trijang Rinpoche, every evening he did the sur offering. And also make sure the container, when you make a sur offering, the container must be clay pot, made of clay, not iron, not brass, no, clay. Because when you make a fire, the ground becomes so hot, some sentient being cannot come around. The clay pot is nice. Then Trijang Rinpoche, every day he offers sur to the, I think, all sentient being, hungry ghosts, spirit, whoever. Every day when he offers sur, all the hungry ghosts come, they very much enjoy the aroma, the smell, very enjoying. The one hungry ghost, they come closer, they never close to the sur and enjoy the sur. Then he thought, what happened? Everybody is, every day comes. This hungry ghosts never come close to, the sur offering place. Then after soul offering, Rinpoche asked everybody leave, and everybody left. Then he started another soul offering to the particular, the hungry ghost who not coming close to the soul offering. He just focused on only one single being, single hungry ghost. Then somehow the hungry ghost come closer to him. He offered soul. He was so hungry. So hungry. Then he was enjoying, he was eating the smell aroma with the fire. So hungry. Then Rinpoche looked very closely. Then he realized he was one of his important disciple, one of the Rinpoche. He was a Rinpoche, important disciple. Due to the negative karma, he was born in hungry ghost. He was so embarrassed to see Rinpoche. That's why every day he didn't come. That's why Rinpoche said, I'm not going to tell his name, even though all the Rinpoche have to be very careful with your practice. Number one. Number two, in the Buddha lifetime, one day Buddha was, I think, moving, one village to next. On the way, he met a hungry ghost. Hungry ghost. Then Buddha asked, where are you going? The hungry ghost said, I'm going to see my family. I didn't see them for many years. Then Buddha asked, what happened? I was looking for food for many years. Somehow, one of the monks, when they split, right, in the coffin, there's a slave, they just throw the slave with the recitation of the mantra. Then the hungry ghost helped the slave, right, slave. Then he was holding this slave for many years. He cannot open his hand. Hold for many years. He's going to bring this kind of little food for his families. Therefore, in all the mantra has the power to receive blessing to the hungry ghost. Yes, this is an answer for you.
Yeah, Geshe-la, so is it better to actually do it void deck or outside house so that we don't have the being stay at our home?
Do you remember when you went to Bodh Gaya, you get like money for the little Indian boys and girls, right? Though they chase after you until where?
Yeah,
Until
hotel.
then the gatekeeper stop. Otherwise, they will come you all the way to your house. No. It's okay. You can do, your home. You can do outside. It's better is do outside. After you offer the, just outside your door, outside your window, you must think, I've completed my puja today. So please, everybody leave, don't come with me. Don't come into my house. They won't come you. Please don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Geshe-la. Tanya has a question. So, Tanya, you can unmute your mic now.
Thank you. Thanks, Genla, for going through the sort of offering and what to do. I'm wondering, I'm not in Singapore, so is the time to offer Sir at twilight, like when the sun goes down? Is that why you said 7:30 Singaporean time? Because when it gets dark, just so I know in Australia?
Yes, you can check the, sky. It become quite dark, not fully dark. So you can check, according to maybe your timing, maybe 7:30, just before really getting totally darkness. Yeah. you don't, according to your where you live, okay, you not need to follow the Singapore time because here most of the Singaporean. I think you check your time in Australia. Maybe I'm not sure it's 7:30 or 8:30 or maybe 5:30. Which is better for you? That means I think, and according to your time, maybe 7:30 is, or I think is the right time. Maybe I'm not. I don't know the timing in your.
It's about 5:30 in Australia at the moment. Sorry, I was on mute before. It's about 5:30 when it gets dark, but that's good to know. I just wanted to know whether it was twilight or dusk, if that was the most important thing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next question, please.
Yeah, Geshe-la, everyone's been quiet so far. I don't have questions on hand right now.
Okay, so there's been no question, then we can stop here. Since, today, so since I think next Saturday, please everybody do the homework. Please, if you don't understand, keep a note as a question. I'm not going to go through the, about the 3 chapters. Ethical discipline, patience, joy, perseverance. So we will start from the meditative civilizations. Clear? Because, and also I told you many times, having correct understanding of Dharma, 20% depend on the teacher and guru. 80% depend on you. So please everybody go through the homework and have a question. Then it's more easy for for you guys. Okay, thank you so much.
Geshe-la, sorry. I just have 3 questions coming in, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want to ask, can we have the same fireplace for fire puja and su? And the other question from Charlene also is, we use disposal aluminium tray for su offering. Is that okay?
First, fireplace mean where they make a food.
So first question is, can we have the same fireplace for fire puja, same as su?
Fire puja, fireplace is okay. Yeah, it's okay because the sun is not only for the, the maintenance deity. It's included also the yidam. Yes, you can use the fireplace as a sun offering place. Is complete okay. The question number 2, the aluminum is actually you better to try to find a clay pot. Or why not you just make a small fire on on the ground. So make sure you do not make a lot of fire. Okay, maybe you just put 4 or 5 stick together, make a fire. Then you just do on the ground. It's also okay instead of using the aluminum, right? Aluminum things. Yeah.
Yep. So next question is from Sarah. So last week, Geshe-la, you mentioned about intrinsic existence. Can you explain a little bit more about the intrinsic existence, please? Thank you.
Okay. So today I will give you a very, I think, simple idea based on the consequences school, Rangyupa, right? So from that, then for you, very easy to understand the point of view from the Pasangika. According to the autonomous school, for them, the intrinsic meaning of the intrinsic is look like you are believing the illusion. So the magician horse is a real horse. Clear? The magician horse is a real horse. When you perceive the magician horse, then we think it is a real horse. But we don't understand how the magician horse appear to us, perceive to us. Actually, there are three things. First, they need a substance like a stick or stone. Second, the magician need to recite mantra. Third, the person who see the magician horse, their eyes consciousness must be polluted by mantra, must be affected by mantras. Then this thing, the horse is real horse. Clear? This is the analogy. The real horse, actually there's a real horse. The real horse is not there on the stage. When you perceive the magician horse, when you see the magician horse, you think there's a horse. The horse is really there. This is mean intrinsically there. Then after that, you analyze very close, is really horse or not? Is real horse or not? Through your study, then slowly you will notice, no, it is just due to the mantra, due to my polluted mind, just something appears as a horse. There's not such a horse there. This is analogy. Second, this analogy we apply on the general phenomena, like a car. When you see car, we never think the car is established by thoughts. Because the magician horse established by the polluted mind. Same thing, when we perceive a car, when we see the car, we never think the car is mainly established by our thought. We thought the car is intrinsically there. The car is intrinsically from there. So when you analyze closely how the car exists, how the car is established, then slowly you will notice the car is mainly established by people's thought. There are so many things put together. There's a function to moving here and there. Then we establish the thing as a car. Since we never think the car mainly established by people's thoughts, we think the car is intrinsically there. This meaning of intrinsic existence. Intrinsic existence. This is based on analogy, based on the autonomous school. Pasankika has a different analogy. They use the coil rope as a colorful color, and the tummy is bit dark. There's no enough light to see it as a rope. Then when you go around, you saw the rope, but for you saw the rope as a snake. The shape, the color look like snake. Suddenly you feel scared. You think there's a snake. For you, that moment the rope becomes snake. That moment, there's a snake exists intrinsically, not established by your mind, not possessed by your mind. When you study closely, go close to the snake, for you snake, close to snake, then you notice it's no snake. Then what happened before you have an idea, you have a view that the coil rope is a snake. The previous snake for you established. Actually, your thoughts, your mind established a snake, but you don't realize it is by your own mind. You think there's a real snake there. After you analyze, then you notice it's mainly my misunderstanding, my misconception. This is snake. Actually, it's not. This is an analogy. According to the Pasangika. This analogy now we apply on the person. So now everybody say, oh, I can see Geshe Yonten. Also, I think I'm seeing you. Actually, no. You are seeing my image. I'm not seeing you. I see your image in my computer. Right there, we have misunderstanding. Then second, when we say, oh, the person is very fat, or the person is very thin, we appointed the person body as a person, right? Person. Sometimes we say, oh, my body is not so well. That time again we have a mistake. We think me and my body is totally separate. Because I said, I'm okay, but my body is very unhealthy. That means me and my body, we perceive as a totally separate. There's another mistaken. So we have a confusion how we establish the person, how we posit the person. So now you need to think, without the body, we cannot establish person. The body is not person, the person is not body, but still the person rely on the body. So then the conclusion about how the person exists, the person is mainly established based on the 5 aggregates. Establish 5 aggregates by your thoughts. The person is not there intrinsically. If the person is there intrinsically, you no need to establish by your thoughts. Intrinsic existence means exists there without depend on anything. Right? Therefore, according to the Pasangika, none of the phenomena can be existent without dependent on others. All phenomena can be existent. All phenomena existent depend on others. Therefore, nothing can be exist intrinsically. There's no intrinsic existent phenomena. Okay, this answer for you. So we will talk more precisely when we study about the wisdom chapter. Clear? More confusion?
I'm sure Sarah is clear. So I have Chi has a question. So Chi, you can raise your question now.
Tashi Geshe. I have 2 questions actually. So the first question is more on the practice generosity with our enemy. Are you able to provide some examples? How can we practice generosity with our enemy rather than just materialistic giving?
Can you repeat the first question? I'm not so clear that the last part.
Okay. So when we practice generosity with our enemy, right? Is there any other forms of generosity, without having to give anything to your enemy?
Without giving, you cannot practice you cannot practice generosity without giving anything. Remember, there's a actual, practicing generosity actual giving the material things, giving mentally. Mentally, you must remember this one, mentally. At the moment, yes, we know, you have a very strong enemy. You cannot really give the material things. You don't want to see, first you don't want to see the person. So difficult to give the material things. First, you must give the mental thing. You just visualize, things like food, clothes, money, and you just imagine you are giving things to your enemy. Mentally give. Practice mentally. When your mind become very familiar with, giving things to your enemy, then next time when you see your enemy, you don't have that kind of long distance with the enemy. Also, you won't have that strong sense of hatred, because mentally you become more closer, right? Then second, you can give, the material things. In order to practice generosity with your enemy, you must give something, the physical thing or only mental things, mentally. First, you learn how to give things to your enemy only mentally. Then it reduces the distance, it reduces the hatred. The second, when they need like food and clothes, then you are happy to give the material things. So therefore you must remember the true generosity, right? One is the actual material, giving the material. Second is only mental. Clear?
So like, for example, if I were to generate great compassion to my enemy, is that a form of generosity?
No. Practicing compassion towards your enemy is not form of generosity. Generosity, you must have a thought to, you must have a motivation to give something. When you practice, cultivate compassion, you are not giving. You are just cultivating compassion, wish to be happy, wish to free from sufferings. Also, Tonglen. Also, Tonglen is a good way to practice generosity with your enemy. Practicing compassion, not considered practicing generosity. No. Okay?
Yeah.
Next question, please.
The next question is about we should not regret when we give. So in this form of regret, like I wish I can give the person more. Would that consider a form of regret, or it's more like your desire wanting to give more to the person?
This one, I think, no regret is kind of more aspiration.
Aspiration.
It's very common to have a regret. Okay, for example, when you see someone is a great misery, so without you thinking your financial status, you give a lot of, then you feel regret. Or you give something to your friend as a friend, then your friend, doesn't use the thing, the person pass the thing to someone. Next time when you see your things give to your friend, the thing using by someone, you feel regret. Also, sometimes you give things to, like a charity. This, then next you have a lot of news. The charity, not a good charity. They use the money in the wrong purpose. Then you have a regret. So once you give, you must cut the thought, this is mine, right? Once you give, since you totally cut, the thing is possessed to you, you won't have any regret. So I wish I could give more, is no regret. It's more, more, I think, aspiration, encouragement.
Okay, thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you. Any question? No.
Yes, Geshe-la.
No.
So how about dedication to enemy? Is it a form of giving as well?
Yes. These are one of the giving. Also here, I think you must remember there's a differences between aspiration and dedication. Okay? Aspiration and dedication. For example, I didn't do anything in the morning. When I woke up in the morning, I just, give a lot of aspiration. I can make a lot of aspiration. Oh, the person be happy, the person free from suffering. This kind of aspiration. It's just only aspiration, no dedication. So dedication, you need something in your hand, in your mind. You need something. Therefore, recite, the mantra for 10 times. Then you accumulate merit. You are dedicating the merit. So therefore, first you need to differentiate between dedication and aspiration. Doing aspiration, you need anything. You can do a lot of aspiration without having anything. Dedication, you must need something to dedicate. Yes, dedication is part of practicing generosity. You are very right.
Yeah, thank you, Geshe-la. So I have two more questions on Su offering.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were performing the Su offering and we chant Om Mani Padme Hum, what should we visualize?
That's why while you're reciting mantra, I told you first you manifest as Avalokita Shora, then you invoke actually Avalokita Shora, then you do prostration, then you make offering to the Avalokita Shora, then you recite a mantra. While you're reciting mantra, you need to visualize, light emanates from Avalokita Shora, from heart, radiate into 10 directions towards all sentient beings. This means all sentient beings got a light from our Shora. Through light, all sentient beings individually, receive kind of our Shora on their head. Then while you're reciting mantra, all sentient beings also recite mantra with you. Also, when they recite mantra, you just imagine they also understand the meaning of mantra. They also understand compassion, very important. Bodhicitta, very important. Receiving teaching from all of the Shora. That means you recite mantra at the same time, you just imagine all sentient beings reciting mantra. All sentient beings receiving blessing from all of the Shora. All sentient beings realize the meaning of mantra. Yeah, this is the kind of visualization you must do while you're reciting mantra. Next question, please.
Yes, so Geshe-la, even if it is not a Su offering, is it still better to burn incense on a clay pot?
Burning incense is, is different purpose. You just burn incense, just, think I'm offering the aroma through the field of merits. This is not, you are not using the, incense smell as a sur. You are using the incense smell as a just offering to the field of merit. The sur offering, because the sur offering, the aroma must transform as a food, cloth, medicine for the sentient beings. Also, when you think, you're going to clear the karmic debtor, thus the aroma transform as like a wealth, money, and return to the karmic debtor being. So it's a different purpose. Clear? Yes, while you do the sur offering practice, definitely it's okay to burn incense. But you're not going to burn the incense as a sur. It's burn incense as a general offering.
Yeah, then Geshe-la, for the Su offering, it must have all the substances mentioned?
Also, thank you for asking this question, because this is very important for everybody. We need to know the culture. We need to know the environment. I belongs to like a Tibet. I was born in Himalaya, part of Tibet. In Tibet, the basis of soul, we use Tsampa. Tsampa is available all over Tibet. Singapore, you can use the flower. You don't need to use Tsampa. You just use the little flower. Then you must add the 3 sweetness. If you don't have, still okay. If you don't have 3 whites, butter, milk, you're still okay. But you must add the 6 substance, Zangtuk, right? Otherwise, yogurt, milk, this you have or not is okay. The 6 substance you must add in order to make the soul offering.
And then, Geshe-la, some people say we can do our own soul offering using sugar, cereal, yogurt, milk, etc., and put inside the charcoals. Is this one way of doing as well?
We thought the 6 substance is soul, but not that complete. Not that complete. The 6 substance is very important. Yes, you are still doing a soul, but not the the completion is not there. And also when we do the soul offering, any offering, most important, don't forget the visualization, the proper steps. Otherwise, you burn so many things in fire, no proper visualization, no proper motivation, not follow all the steps, then you are just burning your wealth. Nobody can get any benefits. If you burn very little soul with the proper visualization, proper motivation, follow all the steps, very little Chinese soul can have a great benefit for many sentient beings. Therefore, you focus on the quality, not the contents, how much you burn, how long you can burn. With the proper motivation, you can burn a lot of, you can burn little, it's okay. Yes, you can use your own, so definitely, you have all the substance, it's okay. You can make your own sur.
Geshe-la, would you please repeat again what are the 6 substances and where can we get them?
The 6 substance, I don't think I can translate into English. I will prepare until next, maybe I will prepare until tomorrow class. Tibetan, because Zangtuk. Yeah, I will get in until tomorrow morning. It's okay?
Yes, Geshe-la. So if someone's that do not know how to visualize a lot, right? So while daily you are performing the soul offering at 7:30, can the person just simply recite the Om Mani Padme Hum, merely thinking that a lot of the sentient being is reciting together and then do the dedication?
It's perfectly okay. It's good because mainly you recite the mantra and wish to benefit all sentient beings. It's perfectly okay.
Thank you so much, Geshe-la. So, so I think that's all of all the questions today.
Okay. And thank you so much, all of you, to attend the Lamrim class. And so please don't forget to do your homework. So next we start from the meditative civilizations. We will spend more time with the wisdom chapter. I think most of you are very familiar with all the 4 perfections. And thank you so much attending all the classes, all the puja. And I always really wish to have a healthy and happy life, all of you and your families, your friends. Now we do the dedication. First, we dedicate the merit for becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Becoming Buddha also depend on our practice. Our practice depend on, understanding of the Dharma. Let's dedicate the merit to have a better understanding of Dharma, to have a perfect practice of the Dharma. Dedicate all the merit to benefit all sentient beings, include your families, your relatives, your co-workers, your neighbors. Last, we dedicate the merit to have a world peace all over the world, particularly reduce the intention. These days there's a very serious intention between different countries, free this world free from the wars, poverties. One gondo bewa sho, Changchu Sanjo Rinpoche, Maye Bano Yegoje, Gyawa Nyamba Meba. One gondo bewa sho, Jide Yambe Yakan Tanjedo, Mine Chune Zazazades. Madru Muge Guba Gujene, Sirene Medige Demba Sho, Kari Rave Kurve Shinkansu. Pendant de Wamalu Juene, Cherezi Wanden Zingyasui, Jabe Side Bardo Den Yurji.